keep it to yourself. I'm feeling curious, want to explore it, nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute, before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it, hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come on, here with me, I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay, we'll take it slow. This feeling's true.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm joined by the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Houston Rockets. Taking a look at the Rockets, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. And now around the halfway point, the novelty of the new season has died down, and we're still a long way from the playoffs. Shaq, how do the players maintain focus through this stretch? How do you maintain focus? Have you maintained focus?
Easy. You're a pro, Ernie. Do your job. That's your job.
There you go.
You know, and not only that, you got to be a real competitor. You got to want to compete.
Yeah, good coaching, and the veterans can help you through this. Because the veterans have been here before, they can kind of lead you and guide you.
Do you feel focused right now?
Not at all.
No. Do you feel focused right now?
Never.
Well, that makes three of us. Here's Kevin Harlan. He's always focused.
Thanks for joining us live for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, this is Kevin Harlan. Just a single game at home. After this one, it's back on the road for the Bulls. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Rockets team. They lost both of the matchups in this interconference battle a season ago. They like to change that now.
Yeah, interconference matchup, two teams that'll see each other only twice on the schedule.
It's always interesting. You're not exactly sure what you're going to get, but it'll be fun to see how it plays out.
got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So on the floor for Houston, Gordon and Ariza are on the wings. Anderson is down low with Capella, and it's Paul in at the 5. And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. And it's out of bounds, last touch by Capella. And Steve, when you reach this midway point of the season, the All-Star break approaching, how many teams are looking forward to get some rest at this stage?
I think a lot. I think sometimes when you have guys have that nagging injuries, you're looking for that break. Some teams have not been playing their best. You want to just get some time away, and hopefully you can come back at the All-Star break. So having this week-long All-Star breaks now, it helps the body, it helps the mind, and a lot of these teams, it gets them back on track.
Kind of hit that reset button, huh?
Yes, I've been hitting that a lot.
And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it.
CP3 stop and go. Drew the foul on that play.
Steve, when you think about leaders and players who mean as much for the mental game of their team as their coach, you know, Chris Paul right at the top of that list. He has always been a vocal floor general his whole career.
You're totally right. Paul is very aware of everything that is going on in a game. Can get in a teammate's face if they have a mental lapse. Not always an easy pill to swallow, but all players respect Chris Paul's leadership.
And that one falls for Paul.
Chris Paul is one of those players I love because he competes, has a high basketball IQ, and he can knock down big shots.
And so he makes both from the line.
And when you watch this Rockets team, you can see just how explosive they are on the offensive end. Almost everyone on the floor can hurt you from deep, and they all know their role and execute it to a T.
And right out of the gates, they are locked and loaded. 3 straight scores early.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. Holiday sets the pick for Dunn. In the corner, Valentine with it. Ariza brings the double. Here's Dunn.
Yes. And Dunn is just an astonishing dunker, slamming it home with some real force.
And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was.
A lot of enthusiasm to the start of this game. So far, a perfect 4 for 4.
It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I had a chance to catch up with Fred Hoiberg. He told me he's looking forward to the matchup tonight. It's their first time against this team, so he is curious to see what his guys do on offense. He said it's important that we're aggressive defensively, that we use our length and shot blocking as a deterrent inside. We'll see if they can be successful tonight. Kevin, back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. Sounds like he really wants them getting after it at the defensive end.
And I expect to see them very active here early, contesting every shot and battling for every rebound.
It's a game plan that's going to take a lot of effort and energy. But if they can pull it off, it'll make things that much easier for them at the offensive end.
Here's Holiday after Clint Capella's bucket. Lopez takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
You love the way Robin Lopez just goes after those missed shots. That's where he can do damage.
Here's Paul. Chicago grabs the miss. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, I just thought their energy was lacking defensively. Just gave up way too many easy shots.
You know what? That's a problem anytime, but especially on the road where you need to be given an extra effort.
Here is Anderson after Denzel Valentine's bucket. Score it. His 3rd straight basket in 3 tries.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Got a piece of it. Stolen by Anderson. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2.
Well, Ryan Anderson, a terrific deep threat in stretch 4.
And I remember last season when he told reporters that a heckler yelled out at him, hey, Ryan, you look like a math teacher. And you know, we've heard a lot of these off-the-wall heckles before, but the irony is it's oftentimes the strange ones that tend to stick with you more, and that's an example of it right there.
And the first one at the line is good. He hits both from the stripe.
You think back when Fred Hoiberg was a player in the NBA, great shooter who had a strong knowledge of the game. Not too surprised he ended up as a coach.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And Smitty, you and Hoiberg played against one another during your careers and even guarded each other, I think, from time to time. What was it like going up against a player like him?
You know, Kevin, he must have been real young because I'm so old. I don't even remember that. But I do know and remember Fred Hoiberg and watching him coach. He is a fast decision maker. Also would find space as a player. And you see some of his strengths as a player and how he designs his offense right now.
Taking a look at some stats for Gordon. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging 20 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And the numbers, they back it up. Whether he can sustain this level of production, we don't know. But the arrow's pointing upward right now.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
Great look there from Robin Lopez. Rare to see a big man with that kind of playmaking ability.
Bulls shooting their first free throw of the night.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
The free throw drops in for Dunn.
Well, this Bulls team, the definition of mediocre last season, finished a 41-41 record. They decided it was time to trade away Jimmy Butler and go young.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Paul with the steal. Here's Anderson. The shot comes out. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Dunn kicks to Valentine. And the three ball is good. Valentine's got 5 points so far.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
A nice shot by Anderson.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Now here's Dunn, defended by Paul. There's the pick. The wide open look here for Holiday. No good on the triple.
If you're trying to keep the defense honest, that's the one you really have to make.
Offensive rebound, and it's Gordon missing.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Here's Holiday. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Capella's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Chris Dunn picks one up.
And how about the career progression of Trevor Ariza? He came into this league somewhat as an energy player who, obviously could attack the rim. Now he's one of those guys who's primarily a 3-and-D component.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. For Ariza, his first few years in the NBA, over half his shots came within a few feet of the rim. Greg, now over 2/3 of his shots are from beyond the arc.
And that's just how it goes for some players in the NBA. Ariza still, he has some bursts to finish at the rim, but has turned himself into a deep threat, and he's always been a presence with his defense as well.
Ariza hits them both.
Yeah, drawing fouls and making them pay at the line.
Last outing for the Rockets, it was a loss to the Pistons in Detroit.
And, you know, their focus wasn't there in that one. Same with the shot selection.
I've seen worse shooting nights, but this was pretty bad, and it obviously cost them the game.
Now, here's Dunn, following the miss by Trevor Ariza. Now, here's Dunn. He's guarded closely. Not this time. His first miss in 3 attempts from the field. Over in the corner, Paul. And he's good on the 3-ball. Paul's got 5 now.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Can they get it? Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got his 6th rebound on the night. And Justin Holiday picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Here's Paul. Takes it off the glass. He's got 7.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Bulls trail by 15. Outside Holiday. Knocks it loose. And here we go. Paul heading to the hoop. Lays it in off the breakaway. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
You know, for the most part, their perimeter D is holding up, but they might have to sacrifice some of that to close down the lane.
And there's so much more to the game than explosive athleticism. We see that. We're wowed by it. But, you know, Steve, there are those players who win with guile and being smart and crafty. Any names come to mind when you think about that aspect?
Yeah, the Memphis Grizzlies, their entire team, Kevin. When you look at Marc Gasol, Mike Conley, but some other names, Draymond Green, those guys, they won't wow you with their athleticism, but they have such a high basketball IQ. Chris Paul, those guys, they just know how to play. Harrison Barnes is another.
And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for the Rockets.
And they were focused on spreading the floor and getting good looks from three-point range. That was the key to their offense. They put in a lot of work on the perimeter.
Bulls trail by 17. Dunn dishes to Markkanen. Feeds to Dunn. Passes it to Holiday. Kicks to Dunn. Shot clock at 6. And the Bulls with another miss.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game. And the point differential tells the story. Their two-way play has been outstanding.
You know, it's a matter of effort plus talent. You need both to dominate this way.
Here's Holiday after Clint Capella's bucket. The shot by Valentine, no good. Here's Capella. Markkanen pulls it in.
I like the aggressive move on the layup attempt, but the defender, he just stayed right with him.
Valentine with it. He's picked up by Ariza. The wide open look here for Lopez. It's on target from the high post. Lopez has got his second basket of the night. Paul passes to Ariza. Over Valentine. Valentine grabs the board. Chicago has gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. The shot by Holiday, no good. Rockets leading by 17. The shot's good. Ariza's got 6 points.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
To the paint. Here's Lopez. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
And Anderson slams it in.
And really focused on establishing dominance down low. And guys, it's working.
They have played physical, they have owned the paint, and they have built up a decent lead here in the first.
Kept alive. Here's Lopez. Pass to Dunn. Lopez, a screen on Paul. Lopez sets a screen for Dunn. To the inside. It's stolen by Ariza. Moving it up. 14 feet away. Bank shot. No good.
I'll tell you what, despite the miss, he's going to be looking for that same shot again.
Scooped up. Here's Lopez. No good with the layup. Rockets leading by 19 points. Anderson outside. Here's Ariza. And the layup falls. He's got 8.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
It's early, but they have taken full control of this game, and the fans here, they know it.
And Paul over to help. Valentine with it. Capella's there. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Double team on Holiday. Over Gordon. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
He's having a tough quarter scoring the basketball and able to help them close this gap.
Capella unable to get that one. Good D by Lopez. Bulls trail by 21. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And the Bulls with another miss.
This is how it's been so far. He's missed every shot he's taken, and the team is suffering the consequences.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
Yeah, this is where it gets interesting. Do they start to coast, or do they go right for the juggler?
Now, here's Markkanen. He's coming off a 13-point game against Indiana.
He's done his job tonight scoring the basketball, but they've still been outplayed overall.
Ariza goes in.
No hesitation from Chris Paul, getting the basketball to the open man quickly.
And the Bulls with possession. Now, here's Dunn. He has 5. Out to the right wing. Gordon against Holiday. The shot by Valentine, no good. Rockets leading by 23.
And for many years, the Chicago Bulls were viewed as a model franchise. Always were competitive and in the hunt for a title, but this current version just can't escape turmoil from within.
Now here is Holiday. Really struggled in the loss against Indiana. And it's done in the corner, and that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. And we get a moment to check out the team's scoring leaders. In second, the Rockets.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. Houston with a big group substitution here. Tarek Black, he's checked in for Capella. Nene comes in for Ryan Anderson. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Gerald Green in for Gordon. And the Bulls finally committing, Greg, to a full rebuild this last offseason.
Yeah, and trading Butler was the start of it. I mean, they got some young players to build around and a pick, and won't be an easy road ahead, but one they felt they needed to make. Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Grant kicks to Portis. They double him with Green, and there's the call on Nene. That is his first foul of the game. 46 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Mirotic, the screen. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nene. .40 left to play in the first. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Mirotic, the screen. That's tipped, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. There's 31 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Nene, and slam dunk by Nene.
You know, didn't need two hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. And Paul over to help. Now, here is Mirotic. D right on him. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Mirotic has got his first bucket of the night.
The long arms of Mirotic. When he's got a good chance to shoot down inside, he's always going to take it.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Zipser misses the layup.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
And so it's the Houston Rockets, holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And you talk to Chris Paul, and it's clear he was born to play the point guard position.
Fortunately, I've always been vertically challenged, so I've never had to play power forward or center on anybody's team. I've been passing and getting into the lane, dishing the ball off to a teammate, helping people score my entire career.
Vertically challenged, that's classic coming from Chris Paul. But, you know, seriously, Greg, he's taken that challenge and made the most of what he's got. A terrific player.
Really, and you know what? He's actually turned that challenge on his head when he goes right at much bigger players and uses their size against them.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And for the Rockets here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
I mean, through one, you have to like the effort, especially on that defensive end.
There are several ways, as you know, to take control of a game. Getting stops is one of them.
Mirotic is out there with Portis. Then there's Grant, and it's Zipser in at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The Bulls shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Mirotic, the screen. From deep three-point range, the Rockets pull it in.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game. Guys, he's having a ball out there. I mean, we knew going in that he'd have an advantage on the glass, but I didn't think he could be this dominant. What a difference.
And he's not going to back off. Even with that big lead, he's going to get more motivated to keep stretching out their lead.
Chicago with the ball, following the score by Houston. Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Now, here's Grant, looking for his first basket still in this one. Zipser, the pass to Nwaba. Grant outside. They double him with Green, poke loose, 5 on the clock, and the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
And here's a look at the stats for Chris Paul. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. He's getting around 20 points per, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Well, and we've seen defenses try to adjust, but he has the intelligence along with the talent, just finds new ways to beat them.
And no doubt they've been the more efficient team in this first half.
Because they've been patient, they're finding good shots. That's why they've hit a much higher percentage from the floor.
And that one's good. Zipser. Zipser's got his second bucket tonight.
You get a chance to see the elite court vision there. Excellent pass.
Tucker. That shot, no good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. And off target that time from Zipser. Rockets have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Here's Green in the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Chicago calls timeout. Steve, so let me ask you this. Do players consciously think about, I need a couple free throws, I need a couple of layups, I got to get a couple of shots per quarter? I mean, do they try to plot and plan an individual quarter like that, how they're going to score in different ways?
You're totally right, Kevin. The reason why is because as a two-guard back in the day, if I could get to that free throw line and put a foul on a guy that's guarding me, that loosens up his defensive mentality. He's not as aggressive. And then now I know when I get to the bonus, I can drive it. He's either going to let me go or I can create contact and get to that line. You want to score easy, and that's how most scorers do. They really score easy. We just kind of applaud them when they're knocking down threes and big shots.
Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. To take a look at the Warriors, earning the first place position with a terrific record, and we've seen them perform splendidly pretty much all season long so far, and they're definitely the team to beat. And checking out Houston, 4 games back.
And you know, Houston, any fears of a regression for them this season have been laid to bed. They're an elite team yet again, and they're poised for a dominant stretch run here.
I can't see them slowing down anytime soon. If anything, I think they'll just get stronger as the playoff gets closer.
Now, here's Tucker, following the miss by Nikola Mirotic. Got that bucket in no time at all. Green's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Oh! Boy, did he go way up for that one.
Oof. Oh, just rising up. Just a phenomenal finish.
What a ridiculous play there. He'll remember that one for a while.
Here's Zipser, screened by Grant. It's stolen by Green. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Here's Tucker. The second chance effort. And there's the play by Nene inside. Nene's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Here's Zipser, guarded by Tucker. Grant against Paul. Clock at 6. It's stolen by Green. Nene into the lane with the putback.
Beasting on defense. First he closes out hard on the shooter, then he attacks the glass. Filthy.
Here's Zipser, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Zipser's got 6.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
Here's Nene, and Nene with the stuff.
The execution on point. Just terrific timing on these passes.
You know what? Controlling the pace, being patient, great vision. We're seeing it all tonight.
Here's Zipser. He's got 6. Mirotic up top, taken away by Nene. And it's Houston on the break. And Nene slams it in.
And a late reaction by the defense makes that one a no contest.
You know, he got out before people could turn their heads, and he's already gone with no hesitation.
Now, here's Grant. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Off the mark and a bad shot there. The Rockets shooting fantastically in this game, 62% from the floor. And the shot's good from Nene.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Mirotic's shot is off.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And they pick up 2.
Yeah, what a quarter for him. Firing on all cylinders, putting this team in a good place.
Here's Zipser, following the basket by Nene. And Mirotic throws it down.
How about the muscle Mirotic? He wheels the shot in despite the physical D.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And he's shooting his free throws to the tune of 75% this season. Fairly standard numbers.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Robin Lopez is checked in for Portis. Justin Holiday comes in for Paul Zipser. And Chris Dunn subbed in for Jaron Grant. And then for Houston, Clint Capella, he's checked in for Tarek Black. Reza comes in for Nene. And Gordon subbed in for Green. That one misses for Mirotic.
Mirotic, a big man with range for days. His skill set fits in well with this team.
And the basket by Gordon.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Here's Dunn. After Eric Gordon's bucket, Dunn kicks to Mirotic. The pass to Nwaba. Tipped away. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
And Eric Gordon has long been noted as a terrific shooter, but I felt like he was able to display just how great he can be last season. Had that green light whenever he was on the floor and really near the top of the league in terms of threes attempted and made.
And the Bulls making a change here. Markkanen's checked in.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And for Gordon, he's been a great catch-and-shoot player in the past, Greg. The difference last season was the improvement in his pull-up threes.
And there is a world of difference between shooting a three off the pass as opposed to off the dribble. The pull-up threes are what make players like Steph Curry so hard to guard. And when Gordon added that to his game, I think it helped his overall ability to score the basketball.
So it's Chicago now after Clint Capella's miss. And Lopez gets it to go.
Lopez knows his length is an asset to him on the offensive end, and he used it right there.
And the dunk by Capella.
One of the cases where height fails to tell you the whole story.
Bulls have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for David Nwaba. And a switch here also for Houston. Anderson, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And here is Dunn. He's got 5. Here's Lopez, and he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too.
And you're going to have to foul Robin Lopez harder than that. He's just too strong.
Robin Lopez, a solid big man who can clean up the glass and, Greg, get you some points on the other end.
And Robin Lopez might not have great range now, but, you know, that could change. He says he's working on a three-point shot, and his logic is that since his twin brother Brook can make threes, it can't be that hard.
Maybe.
Shooting one.
Now, Smitty, be honest. When you're watching these games on TV or in person, how much do you miss playing the game?
You know I do, Kevin. I've always had that in my bones. But I think as of now, the last 2 or 3 years, as a guy that can shoot the ball a little bit, I wonder and dream and pray if I could have got a chance to shoot 15, 18 threes. So I love it, but I know my time is over, but I would love to shoot that many threes.
Gordon kicks to Capella, and he converts the layup. Capella's got 14.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Here's Dunn. Oh, and the dunk by Dunn.
And the explosion to the hoop. Dunn finishing in style.
And Anderson slams it in.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. The Bulls shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Markkanen sets the pick for Dunn. Pass to Valentine. They grab their own miss. Markkanen, no good. That's miss number 2. He's 1 for 3. And for the Rockets, they're shooting an impressive 65%, having their way with this defense. Ariza with the bucket.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Ariza's gotten 5 of his 7 shots to fall. In the corner, Valentine with it. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Gordon.
In this first half, he is really falling in love with the three. So far, not paying dividends.
And finished off by Anderson.
And so far, they have been in complete control of this one. Just a well-rounded effort on the road.
You know what they've done? They've been aggressive on both ends. That's showing up on the scoreboard.
Here's Holiday. The Rockets making the shot. The shot by Markkanen. Nobody around. His three-pointer's off the mark. Now the Rockets with it. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going for Capella.
And this is what happens when you are having a tremendous offensive game. They are getting great looks and knocking down shots all over the floor. I don't think we're going to see them deviate from this approach from here on out. They've got the recipe for success.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Trevor Ariza. Ariza hits them both. They're having trouble stopping this run.
And the more trips they continue to come up empty, the more the pressure builds on them.
Now here is Holiday. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
I tell you what, he will do a great job of committing to set the good screen. Markkanen has become very reliable in terms of setting those tough picks.
Dunn kicks to Valentine. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Another three for Chicago.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
Ariza goes in. And yes, it's good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Now here's Dunn, defended by Paul. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ariza.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Dunn. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games. 4th in assists. And he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And as you said, dropping dimes at a top 5 pace. He's in total command of his team. They look to him for leadership, and he does not disappoint.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
A terrific offensive rebounder. Here he is doing it again.
The Bulls shooting it quite well. 52% from the field in the second quarter. The dish to Markkanen. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Anderson. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. And it's Capella missing. And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
I will say this about his shooting stroke. It's pure when he's got it going. Perfect so far this quarter.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Rockets have been at their finest 4 at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Two shots.
Free throw, good, Anderson.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Good on both. Here's Dunn. He has 7. Dishes to Markkanen. And he's good on the 3-ball. Markkanen's got 5 points in the quarter.
And I tell you what, Markkanen has already mastered the art of the bank shot. Loves getting it up there and knocking that one down. You have got to be in his space if you want to disrupt his rhythm.
And Chicago shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Stolen by Anderson. Capella with it, now guarded by Dunn. And it's Capella missing. Now here's Valentine. Defense is right there. He dishes it to Dunn. Markkanen passes to Dunn. Markkanen kicks to Valentine. 5 to shoot. Lopez a screen. Another shot. And that's 2 points on the layup. Lopez has got 19 points.
Every so often, Robin Lopez will find his groove and become a big factor on offense like tonight.
Now done, and so it's the Houston Rockets holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime
After
Show.
one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Houston was looking great right away. They had great chemistry early on, both offensively and defensively, stringing together an impressive 8-0 run to jump on top early. They delivered a real beatdown in the first quarter, ending with a whopping lead. Then in quarter number 2, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, it has been an electric performance. These guys were firing on all cylinders. They came out aggressive, going after those rebounds, and they were piling it up. I think they wanted to send a message with their physicality, and they're going to be nearly impossible to stop if they're playing that way.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
Well, they were playing like it was Christmas, Ernie, giving up a lot of turnovers. There's no excuses for the turnover numbers, sloppy ball handling. They look out of control, and the execution was all over the place.
And we're just about ready for the start of the third quarter. Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll see you.
Welcome back to the hustle and bustle of Chicago, a time-lapse view of all the traffic heading toward downtown. Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. We've seen Robin Lopez really having a great game.
Well, we saw in the first half, he has a nice mixture of moves down low, and they've been going to him.
He is reliable down there. Once he gets going, he is a machine.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Here's Dunn, and on the floor for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Chris Paul and Gordon are the backcourt pair. Ariza and Anderson holding down the forward spots. And it's Capella in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And it's good, 2 points. 13 points for Chris Paul.
And you can see now they're starting to push the tempo to good effect.
Holiday dishes to Lopez. It's stolen by Capella. And here comes Ariza, leading the fast break. And it's Gordon missing. Valentine with it, and Holiday has it in the corner. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Holiday's got his second bucket of the night. Here's Anderson. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Second half just getting started, about a minute played. Now here is Holiday. Lopez a screen. Holiday the pass to Markkanen. Just 5 to shoot. No good on the shot. Good work defensively by Capella. Here's Gordon. score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
Well, this is where he shows both skill and body control along with the attack mindset.
Now, here's Dunn. He's got 7, and Holiday kicks to Lopez. Using his post move to get the 2 points. Lopez has got 21.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Puts it up from 12, and Valentine gets it to go on the assist from Dunn. Dunn's got his 7th assist here tonight. Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
CP3 has eyes in the back of his head.
The Bulls have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Here's Lopez, and the layup falls. He's got 23.
Attacking on the interior, I like that attitude. Robin Lopez, a player who does more for a team than what shows up on the stat sheet. Very effective inside with his ability to contest and fight for rebounds. A tough defender that doesn't need many touches to play his role.
And Chicago has possession. The Rockets making the shot, and Lopez throws it down.
The aggression there from Lopez, saw his lane and finished it with a dunk.
In the corner, it's Gordon. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. And that's 12 points for Eric Gordon. And as tough as Robin Lopez is on opponents, he might be even tougher on mascots. Steve, he has a long-standing feud with mascots since he entered the NBA.
Yeah, I've seen him beat, trip, smack, and all-out abuse mascots around this league. He does it all in good and in fun way, and fans love him for it. Everyone has to have their thing, and his is fighting guys in animal suits.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Once he's dialed in, helping to dictate the flow of this game.
Bulls have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Valentine kicks to Markkanen. Off target from outside. For Houston, they've gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them. And the basket by Gordon.
Yeah, and in terms of accuracy, they are dominating the second half.
I like that they're trying to maximize the value of each possession, and you know their coach likes it.
Now, here's Valentine. 10 points for him. Holiday against Gordon. Shot clock at 6. From deep. The shot by Holiday, no good. The drive by Gordon. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The Rockets have made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
That free throw good from Eric Gordon. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Mirotic is checked in for Markkanen. Paul Zipser comes in for Valentine. David Nwaba is checked in for Justin Holiday. And it's Jaren Grant in for Dunn. And then for Houston, Black's checked in for Capella. Nene comes in for Ryan Anderson. And it's P.J. Tucker in for Trevor Ariza. And both free throws good for Gordon. Chicago has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. And Gordon over to help. Shot to stop the run. Lopez, no luck. Rockets have gone 8 of 10 shooting here in the second half. Very strong. You better keep your hands up if you've been playing with these guys over the past month, because if you're open, they'll find you. 5th on the list, Chris Paul.
Really been in sync with his teammates over that period. I mean, his passing has been phenomenal.
free throw good from Eric Gordon. And both free throws good for Gordon.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Grant in the post. He's against Gordon. Mirotic has a wide open look. Sinks the triple. Mirotic has got 9.
When Mirotic gets free beyond the arc, he is letting it fly. Just a knockdown shooter who loves stroking the 3 ball.
4-on-3 break. Plenty of space. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Here's Tucker. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Tucker's got his second bucket of the night.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Knocks it loose. And it's Houston on the break. Jumps up, throws down the breakaway jam.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity. You won't see him miss many of these. A wide open look from distance.
Basket counts. 6 points for him.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Hits the three-point bomb. That's 12 points for Nikola Mirotic.
Look how assured Mirotic is, pulling the trigger immediately.
And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Well, that's an excellent pass. On time, on target. Great teamwork.
Chicago's going to less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. And Gordon over to help. The feed to Mirotic. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
And that soft touch of Lopez makes things easy for him down there.
Bulls shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here. The Bulls making a switch here. Portis is checked in. Gerald Green, he's checked in for the Rockets.
One shot, gentlemen.
The free throw off from Lopez.
And for a center, Robin Lopez is definitely one of the better free throw shooters in the league.
And the basket by Gordon.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's Lopez after Eric Gordon's bucket. And here is Grant. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He sinks the 11-footer.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
The drive by Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Passes to Portis. Taken away by Nene. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. And Nene slams it in.
And a lot to like about that play, particularly how it ends.
Yeah, at the rack. That's what you want in transition, a high percentage look.
The Bulls shooting it quite well in this third quarter, 53%, and the offense is rolling. Now Grant. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Nice work there coming off the screen. Portis has got 5 points so far.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range. That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Here's Grant. The Rockets making the shot. He kicks it to Mirotic. Feeds it to Lopez. Rockets with the rebound. Here's Tucker. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to go on Nikola Mirotic. And the story with P.J. Tucker is an interesting one. Was drafted back in 2006, played a year in the NBA, then hopped between a ton of different leagues in Europe before coming back to the NBA, Steve, in 2012.
Well, his journey has been definitely a long one, but Tucker learned a lot about what it takes to find success going overseas. He's been a player who does all the little things for a team since his return.
And that one misses. And he's good on the second. Well, Steve, with the rise of NBA message boards and increased coverage from beat writers, NBA players have plenty of opportunity to read up on opinions of what people are saying about that player. Is this something that is impossible to avoid? And do some players read fan opinions about themselves? Are they reading these critiques?
Yeah, I think they are. Some players read in too much. Fans have a voice, but you don't have to read the good or the bad. But going back to the beat writers, I think a lot of times a beat writer is one of those guys that you see every day. And you're looking to challenge him when he writes something bad, and also you want to pat him on the back when he writes something good. But I think you got to look at the beat writer and understand he's doing his job. You got to kind of separate that. But a lot of times when there's a beat writer interact with a player, a lot of times it's bad, especially if the beat writer has written something negative toward the player. I wish they could separate those guys, and also the players can separate the beat writers from fans.
And here are the Bulls now, following the score by Houston. Outside, Green shoots over Mirotic, and Houston again with the bucket. The Bulls shooting reasonably well, 45%. Grant kicks to Mirotic. Here's Nwaba. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Lopez. Can they get it? And it's Nwaba missing.
And forcing the miss there. He just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
Here's Grant following the score by Houston. Here's Nwaba. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
Yeah, it just seems whatever they do, nothing's working right now to stop the bleeding.
It takes an effort on both ends of the floor, and you have to find the right matchups to exploit.
He just powered that one down.
One of the game's top dunkers. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Gets a very good look and converts.
Sharing the basketball. Plenty of guys talk about it, but not everyone does it.
Got a piece of it. Lopez with the steal. Puts up a three. The Bulls keep it alive. Stolen by Nene. Here's Black, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the putback.
PGA strong work all around, and the rebound and the stuff both. Wow. Here's Portis. He has 5. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, forcing defenders to come out and guard them, which could open up driving lanes if they want to take advantage of that. A nice job of converting, but what really makes this play, the lead pass.
Nwaba kicks to Grant for the 3. Chicago keeps it going, a new 24-second clock. That one falls. Grant's got 4 points in the quarter.
Assertive in the painted area. This is what every coach preaches.
A nice shot by Black.
We will talk about feed the hot hand. That's what they're doing this quarter, which is why they've been able to maintain momentum.
They set the pick. And there's the foul. It's going to go on Tariq Black. That's foul number 2 for him. Outside Holiday takes the 13-footer, and the shot falls short this time. And so it's Houston, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. And we'll be back with you shortly. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Quincy Pondexter out there with Portis. Then there's Grant, and it's Felicio in at the center filling out the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
And he's doing it efficiently, taking makeable shots. That's led to a high percentage from the field.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And this is the first season where we have ads on jerseys in the NBA with the teams. Gut reaction, Steve, now that you've seen the ads on the jerseys,
Mind the lane.
How do you feel about it?
One shot.
You know, Kevin, I don't like it because I know it's going to start to add up. Well, we're not going to even be able to see the player's name and the logos. It's just going to be ads everywhere. I understand it, but I don't like it.
You know, I can see it for practice jerseys. I can see it maybe when you're selling it retail to the fans. But, I mean, isn't there enough advertising already? I mean, let's that's one of the great things about keep it as pure as possible. I get the European deal, but there's so much money here, it would seem like this is just an add-on that doesn't need to be added on.
Kevin, I'm totally in agreement with you. I think practice jerseys, like you said, selling the jerseys maybe, but I think also maybe at the All-Star game, you can fill those guys up for that one game. But I would love to keep it pure, get the chance to just see those uniforms the way they are.
Yeah, second chance points. Gotta love the way they attack the offensive glass there, even with a huge lead.
That's how they've gotten to this point in the game. Lots of activity, fantastic focus.
And Chicago has possession. The Rockets making the shot. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Another shot. Can't capitalize inside. Rockets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
Punishing the smaller man inside. Just good fundamental basketball.
Paul Zipser, he's checked in for Chicago.
One shot. One shot.
And replay review now commonplace. In the interest of speeding up those reviews, Steve, the league last season allowing officials at the replay center in Secaucus, New Jersey to make the call. You like that decision?
You know I do, but I think sometimes finding a way to speed it up, and I think there's some way where you can have a referee right there on site also can be able to get a chance to see the play, because sometimes technology doesn't get back from Secaucus back to the game. If some kind of way, the middleman, if he's there in his obvious play, that could cut the time, you know, because right now sometimes it's taking a long time.
As long as they get it right, correct? How they do it, who cares? As long as they get the call right, though, to me is the most important. What about you?
I do love that, Kevin, but I think sometimes, you know, human error is a part of basketball. The refs can't be perfect. And so sometimes if they're a bad call, it's just a bad call. You got to live with it.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Now, here's Grant. Ice fake there to create the shot, but it's no good. Here's Chi. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on Jaren Grant.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
He misses the free throw. And Smitty, this year the NBA choosing to start the season a bit earlier to cut down on the back-to-back games during the year. Do you think the NBA should spread the schedule out even more? Or are you happy the way they have at least gone about this season?
I think the NBA, Adam Silver and those guys have done a fantastic job. I love how they give the guys basically a week after All-Star game. They're starting a little bit early to cut down the back-to-backs. Either way, if you can find ways to help the recovery time is great. But I think right now the league and the games and the scheduling, they're in good hands right now.
Now, here's Grant. Inside. In the corner, it's Pondexter. And what was that about? Not a good shot right there. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. A second chance effort. A nice shot by Onuaku.
Guys, they're just getting outworked. I mean, plain and simple. It's got to be more of a collective effort to secure that backboard.
Grant the pass to Zipser. Brown against Grant. Here's Zipser. Nailed from three-point land. Rockets have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them.
Beasting on defense. First he closes out hard on the shooter, then he attacks the glass. Filthy.
Grant kicks to Zipser. Over Green. Here's Felicio. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Cristiano Felicio. At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
Two shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And Smitty, with your perspective from your years in the league, as you watch the game now, what are some of the things you most enjoy watching or paying attention to when you watch an NBA game?
I think different. You know, back in my day, it was more of the 1, 2, the third option guys on the team. They got the basketball the majority of the time. I love the way now guys move the basketball around. It gets to the 5th option, and those guys are a threat. And also those guys knock down more big shots now, not just the superstars. So just watching the game evolve to more of a team game, it's a joy to watch, Kevin.
Is there better coaching now, do you think, overall, Steve, than when you played? And that's not an indictment of the coaches that you had, but is there more of it now? Is there better coaching or bigger staffs? For sure.
I think it was better coaching back in my day, but I think the philosophies have changed right now. I think they have better philosophies on how to approach the game, but I think overall it was better coaching in my day.
That's a very good answer. Green, and Green is right there. Green's got 10 points in just the second half.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Here's Felicio. They get a hand on it. Pass to Zipser. In the corner, it's Pondexter. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
A good screen made all the difference. It led to an open look.
Here's Onuaku. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
Coming down the stretch here, holding the lead. You like him to be more efficient offensively.
There's the pass to Felicio. Pondexter with it. Williams picks him up. From downtown. Rebounded by Chi. The Rockets have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. And the demands of NBA basketball, no secret. The league has taken measures, Steve, to allow players More time for rest, which is good, and more time for recovery, which is better. Less back-to-backs. Do you think more can be done and should be done in those areas?
You know, I know the league is looking at it. The less back-to-backs is fantastic, and I think they're looking at the travel and the recovery. So as more and more they can limit back-to-backs, I think that helps guys recover. I think guys get a chance to be ready to go because playing a back-to-back is extremely hard, and I think guys on their own are doing a lot to be able to take care of their bodies in the off-season. So I think both the players and league are doing a fantastic job.
That free throw, no good. Chicago making a switch here. Valentine's checked in. And he sinks the second. Grant with the ball. He feeds it to Valentine. There's a screen. Grant against Green. Valentine wide open. He fires. Off target with his three. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Two.
And the first one at the line is good. And with the new TV deals, we've seen players' salaries and caps certainly skyrocketing. What does that do in affecting relationships among the players, between the players, within a team?
You know, I think, Kevin, when guys are happy, obviously with their salaries, they play better, but I think also it can affect sometimes. Let's talk about it team-wise. You have a guy that's not playing at the level that you thought he would be playing. Because of the numbers, it's going to be harder and harder to move some of those guys. Then you have a guy that's playing better than a guy that's making a lot of money. He's going to expect, and some of these teams are not going to be able to play, so you're going to see a lot of movement. And back in our day, Kevin, my day, you didn't see that much movement. Because of these skyrocketing salaries, I think now it's going to be more and more movement.
And you know, Steve, with the new deal signed between players and the league, it'll be, I think, easier for teams that have drafted and developed a player now to keep that player and not lose them to more money to another team.
You're totally right. I think guys getting drafted and they can play, they will definitely be there for years and years because they can make the most money with their teams respectively.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. There's the screen. Grant dishes to Pondexter. Rockets with the rebound. She's got his third rebound on the night. Trying to find Green. He's got it now. Over Valentine. That doesn't go either for Green. Chicago has gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. Grant kicks to Valentine. Offline with his three.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since.
Brown, good. Now, here's Grant. Kicks it to Pondexter. Tries a three. The offensive rebound. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
The Bulls shooting in the fourth quarter, not pretty, down around 29%. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Here's Felicio. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Felicio's got 6 in the quarter. Here's Williams. Here's Chi. Banked in off the glass.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off.
Felicio with the bucket.
Delivering these passes in tight quarters That's tricky.
The shot from the low post is good. She's got 14 points now in the second half.
See, in this half, I feel like he's a much different shooter. Calm, focused, and letting things come to him.
Here's Felicio. He's guarded by Williams. Pondexter from outside. And Onuaku pulls it down. Onuaku's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Now here's Valentine. Guarded by Green. Pondexter from outside. Good on the triple.
Now we can say it. He's a completely different shooter this half. Much more confidence, much more success.
And that's the look this offense is designed to produce.
Always frustrating when you do everything right, yet just can't complete the play.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You have to box him out or he's going to beat you to the glass on both sides of the floor.
A nice shot by Onuaku. Chicago with the ball to the left wing. Here's Zipser. A three-pointer off the mark. Baseline jumper. The shot by Onuaku, no good.
His shot's it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Goes up. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
And he runs the floor with a purpose that time. Excellent play.
You know what? And a late reaction by the transition D takes it himself uncontested.
Here's Pondexter. Grant the pass to Felicio. Back to Grant. Valentine kicks to Pondexter. The Bulls keep it alive.
Wow, another opportunity. Just everything going their way. Pretty much the story of this game.
And Felicio is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Bobby Portis has checked in for Quincy Pondexter. The Rockets shooting in the fourth quarter has been efficient at 56%. There's Green with the three. Up again. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 3 rebounds now in this one. And that one's good. Zipser. Zipser's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Oof, that is a tough shot. Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Here's Grant. Pass to Felicio. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Some solid defense there by Nene. Here's Williams. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Portis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Zipser kicks to Portis. Black grabs the board. Houston in total control. Here's Williams. He goes up again. Black, no good.
You know, with that much room, you don't lay it up. You throw it down like you've been disrespected.
Valentine shot, good. Here's Brown. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter. That one drops for him. Black's got 22 points.
Taking a workmanlike approach inside. That's the shot you want.
Now here's Valentine. He's guarded closely.
At the line for the Bulls, 3 shots.
3 shots. 3 shots.
The free throw drops for Grant. He hits the second from the line. And he makes all three. And for Houston, their shooting has been just outrageous, 64% from the field to this point.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Houston.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And
Okay.
And in as hostile an environment as you're going to see, they found ways to step up time and time again.
You know, playing away from home, it's easy to get out of sync. Instead, they focused and dominated.
They double him with Nene. Stolen by Nene. Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
And just putting the finishing touches on this one, they have been on fire.
I mean, a fantastic run. The guys are really clicking, and the scoreboard reflects that.
Knocked away. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. The shot by Valentine, no good. Houston in total control. Nene has the open look. It's rebounded by Portis.
Not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're up. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, I'm not sure why you call a timeout this late. I mean, the game is more or less over.
I'm not questioning that either, but he clearly hasn't given up on this one quite yet.
We've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Eric Gordon.
And his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
After two straight losses, they switched it up a bit tonight, giving him a much bigger role, and it's worked out even better than they could have hoped for. Left side, Williams. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. There's 10 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Grant outside. So we see Houston taking the W here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much with Chris Paul. Chris, a very convincing win, and that doesn't happen often in this league. So what do you take from this?
You know, one thing that our coaching staff keeps stressing to us every night is that it's about us. You know, so regardless of score, we got to continue to try to get better because we impose our will on the defensive end. The sky's the limit.
Well, the focus was there tonight, Chris. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Now, for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. See you later.